Nicholas is a creative young man who loves art and enjoys social and creative work. He didn't go to university. After finishing school, he worked with different art, social, and environmental groups and organizations and has learned to adapt to change. Maria is a dynamic young woman with a degree in business administration. Her dream is to become an entrepreneur, combining work with her passion. She enjoys reading books and articles about successful businesses. She has adopted the polished style of business professionals in her appearance, is highly organized, and strives to keep everything in order to function efficiently. Before we watch the video together, let me tell you a few things about the story, so it's easier to follow. In our story, the local municipality gives a space to be used for something special. A social enterprise. In this space, there is a small cafe and a place where people can meet and do things together. Two young people, Maria and Nicholas, take the lead. They are responsible for running the cafe and organizing the activities. Along the way, they face some challenges, but through these, they learn how to solve problems, make decisions, and work as a team. Just like real entrepreneurs. This video is not only about Maria and Nicholas. It's also about you, about how we can all learn to think in creative and practical ways, and how we can make a difference in our community. So, let's watch the story and see what ideas it brings to mind. Nicholas is standing by the cafe bar going through some bills. Maria has just entered the restaurant and is watching him. Maria explains to Nicholas how she has noticed his curiosity, his adaptability and critical thinking and wonders how he manages to achieve it.
I've always admired your creative thinking, the way you react adequately, synthesize problems, think critically and look for the most effective idea. How do you manage to do that?
It is not difficult, you just need to see problems differently. When I was young, I remember my first teachers. I just loved learning with them because we played different games, quizzes, and quests. I was never afraid to make mistakes because they told me that making mistakes is the only way you could build your knowledge and understand what exactly is not clear for you. In this way, every new challenge was an opportunity. They always stimulate me to read fictional books, to watch documentaries, and to be able to see the interconnections between everything in this world. Everything is related, and that was really interesting for me. Find those links. There are no problems, just endless possibilities.
Wow. That is really a completely different point of view. I love that. I never thought that making mistakes could be seen that way. I was always concentrating that I cannot do something and that I am doing something wrong. I guess I took everything personally, but in fact the energy must be directed in the knowledge and growth. Thank you. Now I will treat myself with some good coffee. Do you want something?
Thank you. I already have some.
When Maria comes back, she sees that Nicholas looks pensive and rubs his forehead with his hand. He seems lost in thought, trying to solve a problem.
Is everything all right? You seem lost in your thoughts. Do you need help with something?
Nicola explains that they are trying to find a solution on how to make events with their favorite performers more accessible. The venue is losing money and they need to come up with a solution so they can think together about how to make this happen.
We are struggling financially and need to find a solution to avoid having to stop the cafe gigs.
Maria was disappointed to find out that their favorite concerts were bringing losses to the venue due to the rental of expensive sound equipment.
This is really disappointing. These events are very important to the community and should not be cancelled. We need to find a solution that is not detrimental to the business. Let's go somewhere and discuss our options.
First, they try to define the problem by redefining it. They agree that acoustic lives could be a solution and that it would give the space a calm, artistic character more sustainable, involving more types of audience.
Is the cost of the equipment the real problem?
Yes, it is not very cheap. I wonder how their places are doing it.
They evaluate this solution, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Maria is drawing a big diagram for the SWOT analysis on the table and we see them both writing something on the paper.
Okay, now, we can use the SWOT analyze technique and we could see clearly which way we could take.
We see Nicholas and Maria in front of the table and with a whiteboard. On the whiteboard we see a lot of texts and arrows. Maria is writing down their decision. They will try to implement next month as an Acoustic Lives month.
I think this is the right decision. We will be able to keep the concerts, without losing a lot of money. What do you think?
I think this is great. So, next month we will experiment with the Acoustic Lives month and see if our bills will decrease.
The Acoustic Lives month experiment exceeded all expectations. Revenues have increased and audiences are looking for more events like this. Nicola and Maria are considering creating such public events and the venue should take on this character.
I can't believe how well this turned out to be. The revenues increased significantly and the public wants more concerts. We should completely transform this place to a place where artistic expression is possible for everyone. What do you say?
Yes, everything turned out great, but we need to assess that idea into depth before taking action.
Agree. What do you have in mind?
We bring the 5 whys technique.
They are not content with easy answers, they want to ascertain the real reasons why they think this is the best idea. They write the word why 5 times on the whiteboard and sit down to discuss.
So why is this a good idea?
It is more cost-effective.
Yes, but why?
Because there is less cost and more revenue. Why?
Because more people come, consumption and sales of eco bags increase. Why?
Because people are now more supportive of all actions in the space, even neighbors who were worried about loud music, and recommend it to others. Why?
Because the atmosphere created is more earthy and relaxing, reconciling us with nature and natural sounds and making our cafe a haven for the local community.
Knowing now what the nature of their business is, the 2 heroes can more confidently and contentedly plan for the future of their business. Finally, after many discussions, Maria and Nicholas found the right balance between developing an activity that they both love and a sustainable self-sufficient business. They managed to save their beloved place. The space has become a center of creativity, art and social gatherings.